Oh my gosh, food. You know what? Food was number one for me. Hi everyone, so finally here is my pregnancy story video. I don't remember the reason why I decided to go to the doctor, but I went and found out I was pregnant, and he said I was already like a month in, or like 3 weeks or something. And so they gave me the due date of July 19th. So everything was good, did my checkups. At the time I was living in Achimota in Ghana. So I was going to a hospital around there. That hospital, it looks nice in the lobby, in the reception area. And then when you go to the back, it's like a little sketchy. It's like some parts are outside and inside. Like it's just weird. So anyways, I went to my very first appointment and I was like, oh hell no, I'm not doing this. The midwives, there were 3 midwives. First of all, at that hospital I waited like, it was a walk-in. And I waited maybe like 2 hours before I saw anybody, the doctor or midwife, whatever. Finally I get to see the doctor, then I went to see the midwives. And what they call it antenatal here in Ghana, where you do like, that's like your monthly checkups. And so that was my first appointment, and they pretty much bullied me. Like I sat down, they were asking me a lot of questions, like my medical history and stuff like that. I'm like more on the natural side, so I'm like, asking questions back and, stating my opinion and stuff like that. So they would say like, oh yeah, like you need to get a shot today of tetanus or tendinitis or something like that. So I'm like, oh, like what is that? And they're like, oh yeah, like you have to get it today. It's to prevent something tetanus. Honestly, I don't remember exactly. I'm like, okay, like I'll think about it, I'll research it and see what it's about. They were like giving me looks and like speaking in tree and like laughing with each other. There's 3 of them in there. I literally felt like I was like a 9th grader in a meeting with like 11th graders and like getting bullied, or like, it was so awkward. And my partner was with me, so he was like feeling the same type of way, like awkward and just like annoyed that this was going on. So that was literally like within like 5 minutes. The rest of the time she was just asking me questions, but she was speaking so fast I wasn't really like picking up on accents as well yet, because we were probably 3 months into moving to Ghana, living there now. So we're still catching on accents and stuff. It's not like we're around Ghanaians 24/7 to like really pick it up quickly. So she was speaking so fast and I was just like in English, and I was just like I would answer what I thought I heard, I would answer, and then she was like and then she would go back and be like, oh, okay, so you said you had this. I'm like, oh no, I don't have that. And she's like, oh, you said you have that. And then they'll like talk to each other and like laugh. I'm like, the frig? I'm like, well, I answered because that's what I thought you said, but you're speaking so fast, so I don't understand what you're saying actually. And then whatever. So the whole thing was just awkward, and it went like that for at least like 10 minutes. The whole meeting, the whole appointment was about like 15 minutes, and it was quick and just impersonal, just not warm and friendly like how you think a midwife appointment's supposed to go. Like, they're supposed to come and be like, hi, are you excited? Let me hear about your medical history, Like what I thought it would be like was not it. It was not it. So I'm like, okay. So at the end of the appointment, I'm like, I'm not coming back here at all. Like I'm done. That was that. 3 months went by. I went to a new hospital. It was going well. Only thing is the pregnancy, like when I talk about my pregnancy journey in Ghana, you're gonna hear a lot of ups and downs. There's like, oh yeah, it was great. And then it was like, oh my gosh, like it was crazy. Because some of these hospitals, you have to wait for long. In Ghana, I don't know what it is, but a lot of people, like they'll just say yes. Maybe it's the same way how I was saying the girl was talking so fast and I didn't understand what she was saying. Maybe it's the same way for them, for a lot of people. Like we talk fast, they don't understand what we're saying. So they just say yes. But I didn't do that at that point. I thought I heard what I heard, but that's not what had happened. So anyways, most of the time when I went to the hospital, there's no clear direction. There's no clear understanding of what you need to do next, where to go, and how to do it. So most of the time I was leaving these appointments. First of all, I'd arrive at these appointments not knowing where to go, what to do. It's almost like, oh, okay, yeah, so you know, check in to the reception. I go check into reception, and then, you know, they say, okay, go, no, not even, I'll say, okay, is that it? And then after they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so where do I go to meet the doctor? And like, okay, I'll go down there and turn right. Go down there and turn right. I'm like, okay, so it's just a big open space with many doors. So I'm like, okay, so which door do I knock on? Like, what do I do? So I sit down. This is like almost every time I went to the hospital. I'm telling you, like every time. So I go sit down. Obviously after a while I caught on. I'm like, okay, this is what I gotta do. But I go sit down, and then the lady, first couple times, the lady opened the door. The nurse, she's inside. This is like where you get your vitals checked, and then you go see the actual gynecologist or doctor. So I go sit down, and I'm just like, you know, there's a bunch of people waiting. So I'm like, okay, let me just wait here and see. You know, maybe someone's gonna call my name. They have my name in the system with my appointment booked, whatever. First of all, when you go for an appointment, there's no real appointment time. You just go at that time, and they have you in mind. Maybe, sometimes maybe not, and you just wait to go inside. So you can have an appointment time for 11 and be seen at 1 p.m. literally. So anyways, so go sit down, whatever. Somebody comes out, like a patient comes out, and then another patient goes in. So I'm like, okay, how does she know when to go? I guess she was told she was next. This happened several times, and then one of the times when I went, the lady opened the door. She's like, oh, why didn't you come inside? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't know if anyone's inside. Like, no one told me I have to like knock. There's no sign or anything saying like, okay, knock to be let in. Like, I'm not saying I need like back-to-back instructions, but like for someone who's new there, like you need to tell people like if you're coming for an appointment and somebody comes out, you can go in. But at the same time, that doesn't really work, because if there's multiple people, who knows who's next? There's no like number system. There's no like, you know, okay, yeah, you're next. Oh, this person come in, this person. No, they don't even call your name. They just expect people who remember who's in front of them or behind them to go in next. Like, it's just, I don't like that. As most of the places, by the way, like when you go to like internet, when you go to do like banking, everything, like there's no number system, there's no order. It's just figure out on your own who needs to come in next. So oftentimes there's actually fights about that or arguments. But anyways, yeah, so I go in, whatever. I'm just like, okay, I didn't know, Things I had to deal with being in Ghana. Misunderstandings with people, language barrier, and not really language because they speak English here, but understanding the accents. It's still language, yeah, because accents, sometimes they don't understand us, we don't understand them, even though we're speaking the same language, hunty. The heat, oh my gosh, food. You know what? Food was number one for me. Oh my gosh, water issues and light. So water and light, you know, utility issues. Yeah, they kind of like environment. So let me break it down. The food. So I'm a foodie. I like to eat. I'm vegan and gluten free though. So I don't eat meat, dairy, fish, egg, none of them things there. And I don't eat wheat or flour. So like when I came here, I knew that like even in Canada, in Toronto, like it would be a bit, like a tiny bit of a challenge when I wanted to eat out. But even here, when I'm buying groceries, there's not much. Like literally for the first like 5 months living here, I just like cooked. I cooked like almost every day. And I love to cook. I'm a cook, I'm a chef. But sometimes you want to eat out, sometimes you want to break, especially when you're pregnant. When you're pregnant, who wants to be getting up and like making breakfast? Like, you're tired, you want to lay down, you want to sleep, you want breakfast in bed, you want to order in. So it was hard, The main issue was ordering out. Ooh. Guys, they're swelling up. Milk is filling up in here. Maybe it's almost time for her to feed. Ooh, it hurts. When it starts to swell up, when the milk starts to get to produce in there, it's like someone's going like this on your boobs. Just like holding it there, holding it there. Literally how it feels. And then you get used to it. So anyways, when you're ordering out, you cannot order from no non-vegan place. I'm telling you, if you order from a non-vegan place, just keep it in mind that they can send you a completely different order. They can send you meat. They can send you anything, because like I said, here in Ghana, a lot of people, I think it's in order to not complicate things or be hospitable or be helpful, or I don't know what it is, but a lot of people say yes, 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 without even fully understanding the question, hearing the question. Yeah, I put in my notes, no meat, no fish, no eggs, no butter, no this, no that, no this. All my allergies and preferences, I put in the notes. I made sure I call them. You know what I end up with? I get fried rice. I get fried rice with egg. I get stir-fried vegetables. I get stir-fried vegetables with a little bit of meat. Like, what do you mean? No, bring the chef here, let me ask him. I remember one time I went to a restaurant. I was with my sister. I asked the man if he can make one of the dishes vegan, like no meat. I usually say vegetarian because that's like the more common word. And he's like, okay, no problem. I can do chicken for you. I said, chicken is an animal, it's meat. I can't do that. He's like, okay. I'll take out, I said, okay, oh, no meat. Okay, I'll take out the carrots. I'm like, no, carrots is a vegetable. I can eat carrots. I swear. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Never mind. At this point, I don't trust you with my life, bro. I don't trust you with my life. Because many times I ate out, came home, stomach's grumbling, bruh. My stomach was grumbling, fam. Like, I was out on the toilets for days. Water issues. So I'll show you a time where I had to shower. Not a time. I'll show you the house we were living at where I had to shower outside for a good 5 months of my pregnancy. When I was about 5 months, I would have to shower outside because the tank there was 2 tanks at the house. So one at the top of the house was not flowing. I don't know what the issue was, but the water was not flowing into the house. We can only use the water from the tanks, and there was some type of flow issue. I don't know what it was, but it was annoying because imagine water not coming into the house. That means you can't wash the dishes, can't flush the toilets, can't brush your teeth, can't bathe, can't do laundry. There's many factors. We had a laundry machine. There was like 6 of us living in the house. We all need to do laundry, all need to wash dishes, we all need to, like, it was just annoying. And then light. So sometimes in Ghana you have light out, where in Canada we call it blackout. So in Canada it happens rarely, like snowstorms, rain, heavy rainstorms, or like just randomly, but very like rarely. But in Ghana, at the old place, maybe like a couple times a month. New place now, once every 2 weeks. And then yeah, like the misunderstandings and stuff like that, just asking people questions on the road, if you need directions, and just getting yeses and when they don't understand. And after a while you have to catch on and be like, okay, yeah, like they don't know what I'm saying, so never mind, thank you.